This is just going to be one of the two semifinals. The other one is taking place off stream, and that's between OO Poggers and Wolfies. Now, the game you're watching today is between Iron Maidens and Riot Devils. I'm Jessica, and joining me today is Boca.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, and we are actually going to start off the first map on Icebox. This was chosen, I think, yeah, it was chosen by Riot Devils, so Iron Maidens have chosen to be on the defending side. I'm personally excited for Icebox just because I feel like we don't usually see it. But yeah, any initial thoughts on the map, Boca?
I think it's ironic that Riot Devils picked this. It's definitely more of a less picked map. I haven't cast on it in a while. And while I do complain when I have to play on it, I actually think it's a pretty cool map. And I can't wait to see what they pull.
Ooh, for sure. And just off of the comps alone, already seeing double sentinels on both sides, both Sage and Killjoy. I personally hate playing against both just because they're so annoying on this map. But yeah, interested to see how this game is to be played out.
I'm missing the frenzy meta already. Looks like unless the girls are a little laggy on buying right now, it looks like there's a lot of pistols coming out and only one ghost.
It's so sad how they gutted Frenzy and Stinger.
Placing alarm box.
But yeah, it looks like just some classics coming out. R.I.P. Frenzy. And we are in, starting off Riot Devils, going to be poistered around A site, making their way with the spike. Soon to meet the Sage wall. Yes, Trinity's just going to put that down. And that's going to delay the push a bit. But of course, the map does offer some zip lines for that mobility. And away they go. Dragon has made her way onto site. And so has the other members as they're all trying to wrap around to A site. 2 kills already going out on the side of Iron Maidens in that defense, leaving only 3 members of Riot Devils left. Ooh, Killer Fembot attempts to flank, but is going to be caught up by Ripley Rocks. She was on low HP, so that's just going to be 1 down. And with the Sage wall down as well, they're looking to rotate, but Epiphany's waiting on the wings here, going to catch out that rotation. And they're running to B site, making that beeline. Albedo this time, she's the one to put that wall, and the spike will indeed go down as the molly just narrowly misses. And it's just going to be the retake game on the side of Iron Maidens. Ooh, that turret's gonna spot Trinity. Is forced to heal. What a great headshot coming up from Albedo onto Epiphany's. And she's going to attempt to defuse, but people are still alive. Leaving only Albedo left. Soon to be caught out, and Trinity's just going to pick that one up. 3k for herself. And the defuse will go through. First round to Iron Maidens.
Oh, that was a really great round on both sides. Defenders really were able to take it back. But I didn't notice the Viper pick at first, but it was really good for when they were trying to take A site. It kept the defenders back, but sadly they decided to rotate off onto B. That's something I notice a lot with on Icebox. Rotating to the other site is super more common, in my opinion, because it's just way easier to just go through spawn and just go onto site and force the defenders to rotate off. Yeah. So sure. Looks like we're gonna have some mixed buys of pistols and stingers. So we'll see what gets done here.
Yeah, this time around they're gonna go through tube. Ooh, Vest Onion going to spot out Killer Fembot as she was pointing down the smokes, giving them free reign to move up to tube. She's on the outskirts, going to spot one, does go down to that Spectre. 3 members of Iron Maidens are left, but as I was saying that, they're able to get 2 kills of their own, neutralizing any advantage that Riot Devils had to start us off with. The spike is going to make its way to B, and so will the other members of Iron Maidens. Turret just going to spot out and delay
Enemy remaining.
long enough for Iron Maidens to basically recuperate, get some kills, get the spike down. It's just going to be left to Ripley Rocks here in Kitchen. There's only 2 members of Iron Maidens left, so this is still winnable, but that spike is not in the best of places. When she's on the run for it, but lucky Apple hears the footsteps and catches her out, giving another round to Iron Maidens.
Riot Devils definitely have pretty aggressive pushes in the beginning, able to get those first picks off immediately, but it looks like they kind of get a little slowed down, and then as soon as they lost Spike, it was Viper didn't have much of a chance there, as they were already able to like rotate onto Spike. Hopefully they get maybe playing for picks more instead of rushing onto the site would help them a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And based off of that round, they also have to save as well. So could possibly see a group rush as they are making their way to Boiler. She's spots out some heads. Albedo's actually going to get the first pick of the game there alongside her teammate. And Iron Maiden's already only 3 members alive. She's picks up 2 of her own to even out that score. And just lots of shots being spammed as people are getting caught out in the middle. And Lucky's gonna find herself alone. But not, you know, too alone. Her turret is going to signal some presence moving along mid, as Riot Devils do make their way onto the free A site and are able to get the plant down. It's going to be left to Lucky here, going it through CT to try to retake. She's slowly creeping up, and it's just going to be Dragon on site as Ripley checks the other entrance. Ooh, they're right beside each other, but she checks the corner, but Dragon was ready and waiting for that. She gets that and gets the round to put Riot Devils on the board.
That's always, in my opinion, a dangerous corner right under rafters. It's always hard to check so many angles, especially by yourself going onto A site. So I had technical difficulties earlier, but wow, already 2-1. It looks like some rifles are gonna come out this round, but it looks like Iron Maidens are gonna have to go for more of a mixed bag buy here.
In the meantime, looks like someone has called for a pause. We're seeing a disconnect coming on the side of Iron Maidens. So, you know, trying to...
Looks like it wasn't just me.
Yay. Internet.
I was wondering, I was like going for more of a off-kilter play here, sitting in spawn, waiting for the...
Yes, this is the new strat.
I mean, when Icebox first released, this was honestly the main strat to pull, just sitting in spawn, as everyone would just immediately rotate onto the attacker spawn. All the defenders would just immediately get into attacker spawn somehow. Most times not even meaning to. Like, I remember just playing the map on my own. I was like, hey, how did I get here?
Oh yeah, the map was so confusing when it first came out.
Yeah. And since then, the updates that they released for it, I think it fixed it a little bit, but nothing heals the wounds that its release has done to the community.
I'm dead. Ooh, our observer Casey giving us some behind-the-scenes view.
Oh,
Icebox.
wait, we're a box POV.
Wait, this is so cool. They actually have so much detail to the map, but we don't even see it because it's blocked off. So it's only times like these where we do get to. So thanks for that, Casey.
This is such a gentle tour. Let's have we need some like music over this.
We need like elevator music.
Give me the snowman. Yeah.
Let me in. I feel like a snowman. It's like how I want y'all to let me into this game.
Looks like she was able to reconnect. Great.
They heard our pleas.
Yeah, thank God.
And we are back. The timer is ticking.
I like how long Ripley had her Viper set up for. She just kept her arm out the entire
Oh, you're right.
She's dedicated to the lineup, obviously, which is very important. Wow!
Okay, that was a pretty sick lineup.
I know.
But Epiphany was the only one on site. Gets that first pick. Riot Devils still committed to going onto the site and knowing that Iron Maidens is gonna call over some members as they await the siege. Odd Trinity going to be chunked, but doesn't matter with that heal. He's trying to get some frags, gets one, but falls down to Ripley Rocks. So Sage Wall does go down, and so will the spike as well. Ripley Rocks on the corner, on the outskirts here, spots a few, then is going to initiate Viper's Pit. This is going to make the retake a lot more difficult. But Iron Maidens is coming at them from all angles, neutralizing that Viper's Pit. And they're going to defuse and get another round in the bag.
That was a really good play by Iron Maidens. They played a little more passively on site while they were getting attacked, and that led for them to have more time for 2 players to come around from the behind and then flank and then get those picks, which was a really good idea. Created a good distraction.
They surrounded them.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a metaphor, but I couldn't come up with one.
It's like when you get frozen in an icicle, like ice. That's my metaphor. That's as good as I could get.
The Riot Devils looking to mix things up. I feel like we've seen a lot of presence in A and mid, not really B off the bat. But that might be because of Lucky's util, who is going to spot out some presence. Odd Trinity waiting on top of the box. But that Killjoy lockdown is going to be used to create some space as they get this plant down. Best Onion gets one onto Odd Trinity. And looks like the lockdown has fully initiated. Now Iron Maidens can attempt to flee in. Empress is going to be popped by Vest Onion, making her way to kitchen, is going to spot one, spamming some shots, not connecting some, and finally confirming the kill. On the other side, Epiphanies gets one of her own, but still, there's only one member left, and that's Lucky. She's on the off angle, does see one on top, but Vest Onion gets the advantage over that. It's a 3K, and that round's going to go to Riot Devils.
They had a really reliable plan onto B. Just a simple Sage Wall is enough to get you that plant immediately, and they were all able to get onto site pretty fast. It's too bad defenders were either picked off or had to back off of site, so they were able to take site super easily and also get in those locations. That makes it a lot harder to retake site. So it was a really good push.
feel like Sage is just so impactful on this map.
Yes.
Yeah, like the Sage wall just goes into. Ooh, wait. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm just gonna stop that thought. Epiphany's getting the opening judge kill, but it's going to be spotted by the rest of the members there as they make their way to B. Going to meet the crosshairs of Audraini and Lucky once more. Albedo opting to res Best Onion as Ripley Rocks gets one. We already find ourselves with only 3 members of Iron Maidens left as they're still making their way onto site. Spike being planted, She's gets one with the Bulldog. They're slowly creeping up from CT. Ooh, she's preparing that flash, is going to connect. Connects her shots as well, gets one onto Ripley Rocks. Just gonna peer out. The Hangry Egg gets the best of her and gets the best of Killer Fembot as well, leaving only Lucky left. Using just the classic, has to reposition herself. Spike, it's going down, it's ticking, and I don't think there's enough time for Lucky.
Yeah.
Everyone has to bail, and the score is now even at 3-3.
It looked like Iron Maidens were stuck on a little bit of a haphazard buy with a little bit of pistols, and it sucks that that Riot Devils are able to push together. Like they have each other's back the entire time, and they all push together. So maybe that's a sign that as soon as Iron Maidens see somebody on site, that they all have to rotate immediately. They don't really have any lurkers around, so it's a good idea for defenders to immediately push everybody onto site, or either get everybody off of site and play for retake, because those picks that the attackers are getting at the beginning of the rounds are really setting them up to push onto site. But now it looks like we're getting rifles all around at least. Killer Fembot's gonna be stuck with a stinger, but we'll see how this round goes. Also, someone in chat says that you can shoot that snowman and it disappears when you shoot it.
Why would you do that? I know which one she's talking about. I know which one chat's talking about.
I thought it was important. Oh, we're getting another scenic shot here.
Yes.
I hope we see another snowman.
More tours, as it looks like another pause has been initiated, this time on the side of Riot's Devils. So I guess, you know, they're just giving us the opportunity to...
Is that a penguin?
Yes. Wow, looking off into the distance.
Who is gonna...
Wow. This is legit a photo.
Like, oh, can you go towards that shining light on the left on top of that boat? Thank you. I'm not sure how many of you guys have seen this, but this is a possible leak for the new map or new agent, and it's actually on this map at least another time on A site on the right, where like yours mask has escaped from. Ooh. So it's pretty interesting. What do you guys think it means? I'm not sure yet.
That's so cool. I think they said the new agent was supposed to be a controller, but like...
Yes, they did. They did.
Yes. Ooh, Epiphany's pushed. Epiphany's and Audraini opted to mix things up and pushed up way far in A site, allowing those 2 early picks for Riot's Devils. So they're just going to get A site for free, as She's and the rest of Iron Maidens are going to make their way. Run It Back is going to be used to get some intel, do some collateral, and Ripley Rocks will go down as a part of that. Connects some shots onto Hangry Egg, doesn't confirm kills, but she did good, given that she was the only one there. And it looks like everyone has made their way onto A site. Still only 2 members left with Iron Maidens. Lockdown is available, and again, just Lucky, the only one left. Just on the outside. Dragon was in the same position as before, but a bit impatient this time, peers out, connects a few shots. Lucky only at 81 the flash doesn't do much. She's able to get one. Dragon does go out afterwards, however, and gets that up to trade her teammate out. And that's another round going to Riot's Devils.
It looked like Iron Maiden's playing a little too aggressive there. Like I said, as soon as Riot Devils get those picks, they are able to push in immediately. It's like it builds up their confidence and they're able to press forward and get spiked down like as fast as possible. Like those initial picks honestly like push them to get on site even more faster, even more aggressive. So it really sucked that defenders were left with 2 less people trying to retake site and Lucky was left alone.
Yeah, but I respect the mixing.
It almost worked, yeah.
Yeah, but as a result of that, a mixed buy coming out from Iron Maidens. And to start things off, Killer Fembot gets the first blood, as well as Odd Trinity to back that up. And again, some early picks are ready, this time on the other side. And there's only 2 members of Riot's Devils left. The plant does go down with 4 members and 3 ults available on the side of Iron Maidens. This might be a tough spike to hold.
Here.
Riot's Devils are surrounded and one does go down. This time, Hangry Egg, the only one left, and will go down not so shortly after.
Yeah, these poor Killjoys. Always left to be the last one.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh, Lucky's the last one again, but then I realized it was the Killjoy on the other team.
Yeah. Defenders had a really good round that time, staying alive and playing together. Their synergy really worked out that round, and they were able to completely surround our attackers on site there, even with the wall. It looked like where they planted it didn't work out for them because the wall and like inside of that little nest area kind of stuck them in one place.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
This time around, though, Riot's Devils poised to B, and looks like Iron Maidens have switched up where they placed their sentinels, both opting to go A. It's going to be Epiphanies and She's guarding this area this time. Epiphany spots out one, drops down to her death as Best Onion picks that up, and Viper's Pit is going to be used early to get that site and free it up.
Spike planted.
And with Spike going down, Iron Maidens are going to convene and take B as they were mostly on A, but Best Onion going to be on Snow Pile, sees the gun, sees the back, sees that kill go through as She's does go down. There's only 3 members of Iron Maidens left. Best Onion is just in such a good position. She does fall, but does some good damage onto Odd Trinity. And Lucky's going to get that lockdown, but does fall to Dragon.
Last player standing.
Ooh, there's just so much util there.
Yeah.
That round's going to go to Riot's Devils.
Riot Devils, the Viper pick was definitely a good one as it's taking our defenders' armor off even before they're able to get onto site. And especially that ult helped them because they're able to play around each other and on site in such a strong way that it like completely stops Iron Maidens from being able to push onto site and even get those picks in the first place in order to defuse.
The power of Viper.
Yeah.
Both teams are mixing it up to start us off in this round. It's like Odd Trinity knew they were gonna come here, but she didn't put the Sage Wall down in time. She won't fall. Best Onion's going to opt to pop the Empress off the back of that. Gets one onto Epiphanies. And the rest of Iron Maidens have spawned their way. So many bodies dropping in those last few seconds, leaving only She's the remaining member of Iron Maidens alive. She's going to get hunt down very shortly. This Best Onion does make her way to the back and picks up a 4K and another round going to Riot's Devils.
Wow. Like I said, as soon as they get a pick, they're able to take site, and that they were able to take site a lot more easily that time because it looked like all Trinity was the only one on site. As even I thought they might take B again after that such a great push and such a great defense of Spike, but it looks like they decided to mix it up and go straight to A.
Yeah, there's just like a lot of adapting going on in this game. I feel like they don't choose to do the same thing over and over again. See, this time they went mid and is able to pick up Killer Fembot, freeing up that part of the map for them to control. But Epiphany's, I think she definitely spotted out Best Onion. But Trinity just ran for it. And she does fall as Best Onion's able to pick up a 3K to start us off in this round.
Player standing.
And Lucky's going to find herself alone with just a judge as Riot's Devils is able to get the plant down in A. And this is going to be a tough one for her to retake given the short range of the judge and the numbers advantage that Riot's Devils have.
I wonder if Dragon heard that. She's watching. Oh.
Ooh, they're both firing shots. Who will win the duel? And Dragon will come up on top. That's 4-7.
It was really good that they decided to mix things up and push in a different way, as it looked like the defenders it looks like our defenders were a little confused as to like where to go. And especially because Vestonian was able to get behind and past mid and get those 2 picks. Wait, she had a 3K, right? And that set her team up for the rest of the round.
Yeah, for sure. Those early picks were very impactful, and just like how the rest of the first half has been going, it feels like first picks have usually been very impactful and gets the winning team going. So curious to see who's going to get the first pick in this round. This is the last round of the half. So have to use everything they've got. We have 5 ults available across the board, 1 being used right now. Empress has been popped on the side of Iron Maidens as they're able to get that plant down. And here's another ult coming out from Hangry Egg as she's able to get a kill with the turret. Always love to see it. That Orbital Strike is going to put down that lockdown, leaving only 2 members of Iron Maidens left. They're just going to be coming out from CT together. One does fall and so does the other, both to Dragon. And that's going to be the first half, leaving us at a 4-8 in favor of Riot's Devils.
It looked like Iron Maidens maybe were trying to play for a retake there. It sucked that they were all off of site at the beginning when Riot Devils were pushing, but it helped them to be able to try and take site together. But because of how aggressive they were, they kept getting pushed and they kept getting headshotted before they could even make it back onto site.
But with the new half,
yeah, clean slate. Clean slate.
So we're going to start things off with classics. I feel like Dragon's the only one who opts to use the ghost. Everyone else just sticks with the classic. That sage wall is going to go down again early to delay the push. Best Onion pushed out, is able to sneak 1 kill in before she does fall. And we're starting things off with the 4-4. Albedo in a perfect position to spot out and connects the shots on a Killer Fembot, is going to secure a kill of her own on that. And the Iron Maidens going to play it slow as the rest of Riot's Devils are once again dispersing now that there hasn't been any full commit coming out on the side of Iron Maidens.
Looks like Ripley Rocks is expecting them to come to B.
Oh yeah, but the spike.
Yeah.
It's gonna be on A. And
Trinity with the big braid.
Yeah, they pulled everyone over to mid and B, and she's going to have this site to herself. That wall going down. That should give her enough security to at least plant the spike. Molly just come flying through, isn't going to connect. And everyone's going to be making their way onto A, except for She's, who's going to opt to play in mid. One does fall on the side of Iron Maidens during this retake. It's just going to be up to Lucky and She's. She's is actually still situated in mid. Wasn't able to spot out anybody on the rotate. And now she's going to be finding herself the only one left. So defuse does go down. Kills the diffuser actually. She's on the run for it. But Albedo's going to pick up a 4K. And the diffuse is able to finish off, giving us a round for Riot's Devils to start off the second half.
That was definitely a really, really good try by Iron Maidens there on attack. As you know, their teammates were taken out, so they decided to go for more of an unconventional strategy, pretending that they were rotating, but actually leaving Spike on A. And sadly, they got picked off one by one before they could actually have it win the round. But it was a really good try. So maybe maybe this round they're gonna be able to do it. But it looks like they're gonna push aggressively onto A.
Yeah, Riot's Devils does push out aggressively out of A, but the rest of Iron Maidens making their way to B, and just going to be Ripley Rocks on the back foot. Two other members have joined as well. Dragon going to spot out off from the top of Nest, and one goes down as well on the other side. Just bodies dropping, mainly in favor of Riot Devils. As Iron Maidens will only have two members left, and She's and Lucky, both trying to get to the spike, but aren't able to reach it. And that will be a round going to Riot's Devils, giving us a score of 4-10.
Riot Devils definitely play even aggressive even on defense, as Vestonian is very confident in pushing out onto A to hunt those first picks and set up her team for the rest of the round. And it looked like her when she rotated behind onto B, it really set Iron Maidens in a, it looked like they were kind of stuck.
Yeah, that early push out allowed them to basically, embrace Iron Maidens as they were kind of stuck in between. Trinity going to start things off with a pick. An early pick, and off of that, I feel like Iron Maidens think that they're trying to commit to site. In fact, the spike is going to be mid. Ripley Rocks is on B, but she's slowly pushing her way into CT. Is going to meet Killer Fembot very soon, and Ripley Rocks is going to win out the duel there. So on the other side, Epiphanies picks one up onto Dragon. And with all of this action, the spike still only in mid. Ripley Rocks was really close to meeting Lucky with that one, but both of them have distanced themselves since then as the spike has made its way to A. And members are going to fall. Iron Maidens already finding themselves with only one member left. And nowhere near the spike. She's going to be making her way to A, but it will be tough given all the eyes on the spike. Dragon has propelled herself to the top, giving that higher angle that Icebox loves to provide. With only 10 seconds left, she's going to try her damnedest. Gets one onto Dragon. Crosshair on the last body, but Hangry Egg is going to pick up that one. A 3K for this round.
Definitely a really nice try as Riot Devils, just like how they played on attack, as soon as they're able to play around a spike, they have it. They're able to play around each other like super well and get into good positions that set themselves up for being like pushed by the attacker. And it sucked that she's had to push into such a aggressive, like everyone was just staring right at her waiting to see where she would push from.
Yeah, it's a bit hard when you get to that point, especially all the angles you have to watch, given that there's a Raze who can get herself onto the higher ground. And speaking of higher ground, okay,
she just left. She just
left. Zipline, peaced out, hit and run.
Toxins going up.
Ooh, Ripley rocks. Had a hunch people were there. Does fall. That's good enough information for a team to come out. As kills are going on both sides.
You will not.
Killer Fembot and Dragon.
Spike.
9 health.
Yes, they're going to be sparring there. The spike does fall. 2 ults are available on the side of Iron Maidens, Run It Back, and Empress.
Joke's over. You're
And
dead.
one of them is going to be used to get some intel, so now she knows that there's a Sage there. The other 2 members are going to meet each other in Snowpile. Angry Egg catches that one out. But she's going to be left alone. She's inching so close to that spike. Alarm Bot going to help her out as she picks one up on the She's. Only 10 seconds left. Epiphanies has to make her way. I don't think she'll have enough time. There's only 4 seconds left. She's nowhere near the spike. And it looks like with that, that's going to be the round going to Riot's Devils.
Wow.
Match
Riot Devils, they definitely decided not to play as aggressive and pushing out onto site, which is definitely like worked out in their favor when Iron Maidens were pushing out. They stayed in their corners and then strike at the right time and got those important picks and made sure spike was it couldn't be planted. So that was a really good round for them, especially because a lot of them like died. Snowpile is honestly such a dangerous place for both teams.
The hunt begins.
Yeah, because it's just like you just wouldn't think to check it.
Yeah, you're more exposed than you think there as well.
Oh my gosh, I hate that Sage wall because like you have to hit it so many times when it's in tube.
Yeah,
since it's like placed vertically. But in the midst of all of that, first blood already happened. She's going to be the victim of that.
Enemy removed.
There's some action happening in Boiler and Kitchen. Kills going in favor of Riot's Devils. Only 2 members left of Iron Maidens. Orbital Strike is available on the Brimstone, who does have the spike. She's just under the toes of Albedo. But it doesn't matter because Hangry Egg picks that one up. And she's going to be lucky left. And she will go down. And map 1 of the best of 3 series in our semifinals is going to go to Riot's Devils, the dominating first map.
Wow, they definitely played a really great game as they have a lot of synergy and are able to play around each other really well and have like really good rotates. Seems like they're reading Iron Maidens really well. It was just a great game.
That's for sure. And again, that was Riot's Devils pick of Icebox. So the next map will be a pick from Iron Maidens, and that'll be taking us to Split. So curious to see if there'll be anything different there since we're going from like a really wide map to like a really confined map.
Definitely.
But yeah, until then, we're just going to go on a quick break before we go on to our next map. We'll be right back.
say our best days pass us by, and most long for a place that they never find. I'm afraid I wake up when I die, and it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal. Kinda lose my mind. I hope it's real. This life comes around. Just keep your faith and search for the fountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before. Eternal.
tragedy, I'm a beautiful disaster. A reckoning, you wonder how I got this way. You think I'm someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battles.
Hello and welcome back to the Learning Division semi-finals and playoffs. I'm Jess once again, and we have Boca.
Hello, welcome back, everybody.
Yes. So just to recap, we had map 1, Riot's Devils versus Iron Maidens. This was Riot's Devils map choice, and they ended up snagging that map off of a 13-4 score, so very dominating on their side. But we're shifting gears and going to a different map, and that's going to be Split, Iron Maiden's choice. So we're going to start things off here. I'm wondering how things are going to be different given how drastically different the maps are.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like there's already a little bit of different picks going on. It looks like they're not. It looks like they're gonna both run Brim here, which is a good idea. Smokes are pretty good on Split. They take away a lot of information. It looks like we're gonna have like 2 flashes on both sides. Oh my god, she's so aggressive when she says choose your agent. Like, even I felt like I had to go choose. It scared me. I was like, okay, I'm gonna pick. Sheesh.
Because this is serious business. We're in playoffs. Okay, this is it. The winner of this is going to go off to play the winner of the other semifinals happening off stream, and the finals for this will be taking place tomorrow at 5 p.m. PST. So exciting stuff.
I can't wait to see like what kind of different moves they pull out here.
Oh yeah, some of the agent picks have different as well. We're seeing a Sky coming out, a Brimstone. Hype.
I was gonna mention that, and then the choose your agent lady interrupted me, so I got shy. I wish they brought out the Viper on this map again, but it looks like, what was it? Riot Devils had Viper.
Yeah, I wish they.
Yeah, I wish they brought her out on this map, but Breach is always a good pick as well, as he's a pretty dominant agent.
Yeah, I just hope we don't get flashed in the face.
Yeah.
But yeah, starting things off, just going to have lots of Iron Maidens poised around Ramen. The Wolf is going to do some reconning for them as they make their way through mail, but I don't think they spotted Dragon. They didn't check, and she gets 2. Might get a 3rd.
Wow.
She does before she falls. Wow.
1 enemy remaining.
Damn, that was quick. And now Atrani is going to be left on her lonesome. Spike is in mid, and she will be going down to Hangry Egg. That was just a great triple.
Yeah. Riot Devils definitely set themselves up for a really good play, especially with pistols. A lot of people can find it like very, very limiting, but sitting in those corners and just waiting for your time to shine when people like forget to check is also always a good idea, especially with how many cheesy corners there are on Split to check. I know they fixed it a little bit, but still, it's a lot, like a lot. It's fatiguing to check, so I understand why they were trying to just rush onto site.
Yeah, you wouldn't think anybody is there, and I was like looking at the minimap too. I was like, wait a second. But after that, we'll be setting their sights on to A. The Wolf doing the recon once again. Sky Smokes is going to go down to hopefully delay the push as the rest of Riot's Devils do make their way onto the site before Iron Maidens have even stepped foot. And as they make way, lots of collateral damage happening, mostly in favor of Iron Maidens here, as they are at a numbers advantage. The Vestonian picks one up to neutralize that. And will go out on the side of Riot's Devils. Third, and just going to be one left. Lucky will go down to Vestonian. She picks up a 3K and the defuse. The round going to Riot Devils.
This time, even they were able to play on site together, and Vestonian had a really good flank. Honestly, just another really good round on their half. They're playing together pretty well, and they have like I mean, even though it was another like pistol round, they're really good with their guns.
Ooh, and Casey taking us through the start. Oh, they updated it to show.
Wait, what did they?
This is like the Valorant Go.
I actually think this has been here for a minute. The Valorant Go. I think, at least.
Oh, I'm not sure. Speaking of Valorant Go, just spot the player card for it.
Yeah.
Hashtag worth. But I digress.
I think it was important news to bring up.
Yes, thank you. Lots of util being used in mid. Spike is going to be headed to B, however, to meet up with the rest of Riot's Devils as they make their way onto the site. Util being used to both delay the push and help entry. Tiffany's does make her way out of that corner, gets one onto Hangry Egg. The Estonian gets another one of her own, and the rest of Riot's Devils are going to make their way. Ripley Rock still on the back foot, but it doesn't matter. Vestonian able to do some work. She gets a 3K, and the rest of her team's able to pick up the rest. Another round going onto the side of Riot's Devils.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of bold buys, immediately to rifles there on the third round, and they were able to get Riot Devils an upgrade. So it's definitely another good try by Iron Maidens, but they had a really good round again.
Yeah, and off of that good round, gonna be able to have a full buy while Iron Maidens kind of a mixed bag given their situation.
Yeah. It definitely looks like Riot Devils favor playing mid a lot, and that Sage Wall is definitely super important as it stops a lot of pushes. It's pretty basic, but it's super reliable.
But just as it stops pushes, it can also help. Sage Wall is going to be used to help them convene onto B site, and so do these jellyfishes. Just a whole slur of utility being used right this second. The bodies will fall not in favor of anyone.
Spike planted.
Spike has been planted. Everyone's making their way towards site. Running back is being used, but not before a few more bodies fall on both sides. She's going to scout out where the rest of the members are. The Ripley Rocks jumps down, picks one up, and that orbital strike is going to get the other. They're able to get the defuse. Yeah, Riot's Devils going to get another round for themselves.
Sorry to spoil the party.
That was definitely a really, really good orbital strike by Dragon there. As soon as she got the information, she set it out. I was hoping that she was going to be able to use her ult that round, and she used it in such a perfect way. Especially like after that Phoenix ult, it looked like they really worked together there to find where the attackers were hiding.
Yeah, that was...
and yeah, what were you gonna say?
Oh yeah, that was like really good coordination too. Like Ripley Rocks basically pushed them back into that corner, so they couldn't even rush out of it.
That information really helped them like take back site, especially because it looked like it was not in their favor in the beginning because of how fast they were able to take site.
Ooh, Vestonian just narrowly missed seeing everybody, but she's still gonna opt to push out into the smoke anyways and meets Epiphany's in it. She's able to heal up from that. So the rest of their team is going to not commit just yet after the fall of their comrade. Wolf going to do the first recon as they're going to decide where they want to go now that the rest of the members have made their way onto the A site. But Vistonian pushing out again and is able to collect another body. But the rest does come out and Vistonian is just gonna rush right in. But no one connected any shots on her. She was able to get out scot-free. This time around, she's gonna pop the Empress, pushes out again, but they're waiting for her, and Autrain is going to pick that up. He's tired of it. The orbital strike is going to go down, push them back, but isn't going to connect on any buys. And with only 30 seconds left, looks like the spike is going to rotate to the other half of the map.
Hey.
Dragon is going to be blinded. They're going to know she was in vents. Time is ticking with only 10 seconds left. That spike really needs to make its way onto the site. And they're not going to have enough time giving that round to Riot Devils.
Wow. It looked like Vistonian playing very aggressive there actually worked out in their favor.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely very impactful that round. She peeked out like 2-3 times and was able to connect some kills without any repercussion.
Definitely very, very impressive that she was able to play so aggressively, honestly. It kept the attackers waiting there, and although they did get the pick, it actually wasted a lot more time than they thought it was, preventing them from actually getting plant down early enough.
And off of that, they're gonna try to go on B this time. You know, go on the site that Vistonian isn't at, and they have made their way with just so much util being used to keep the rest of Riot Devils at bay and out of the site, just enough for the spike to securely go down. But the rest of Riot's Devils have made their way onto site, and they're connecting the shots, they're confirming the kills. Bodies are dropping left and right, leaving only Autrain left, or she will go down as well. And that round's going to go on the side of Riot's Devils.
Definitely another consistent round. They're able to play with each other, get the trades, and keep themselves alive. And Vistonian's aggressive plays are continuing to set her team up for victory in these rounds.
Yeah, for sure. Riot Devils have strung themselves a streak of wins. So I guess that gives us the question: what can Iron Maidens do to hopefully claw back?
Take 'em.
Definitely. It looks like maybe they're gonna try to play for picks this round, which is definitely not a bad idea. But it looks like Riot Devils aren't usually ones to peek out unless it's Vistonian.
Yeah, she does peek out. She's peeking out aggressively and gets caught out and punished for that. She's going to get the opening kill onto her. The rest of their team is making noise, making their presence known in mid, but it doesn't matter because the spike carrier is actually going to fall. There's only 2 members of Iron Maidens left. The spike has been gathered, but the other team member, and she's all the way on the other side of the map. She's going to catch Ripley Rocks out on the rotate. The Riot Devils have no idea where this spike is trying to go, but she's doing some work, gets another. Will she get this 4th one coming out of vents? Oh, and she does!
Wow.
A 4K on the side of She's! And that gives them the room
30 seconds
to
left.
plant onto A. Her teammate, Autrain, was able to make the rounds practically untouched, and the plant is able to go down. She's turning this around into a very winnable one after it looked so grim in the beginning, and she's going to situate herself into this corner, knowing that Hangry Egg has to make her way here. This narrowly misses her as she gets up onto heaven.
Turret destroyed.
And she knows where one is. She's just trying to duel out Sage. makes her way onto site.
Enemy remaining.
She gets onto Autrani, but she's still alive and she's waiting. She gets the ace. What a round from She's.
I think especially this round they were able to get that Iron Maidens were able to get that win because of Sheet's patience in waiting for her to be pushed by Vestonian there.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Yeah, no, it definitely felt like she was always at the right place at the right time. A lot of her kills were just catching the rest of Riot's Devils off guard with their pants down. Yeah,
her positioning was definitely very well done, and she was very patient.
I've got your trail.
Oh, but Vestonian!
Vestonian's still gonna play aggressively. Yep.
And they're venturing through the smokes into the unknown.
You're dead.
Into Vestonian's crosshair? Question mark? But She's is running back, is able to get some good information, so that was a great use of the ult there. It's just going to be everyone moving out to A after all this util being used. The commit is kind of apparent. She's able to get that onto Ripley Rocks, but that lockdown is going down, and that's going to force Iron Maidens off the site.
There.
Ooh, Autrani's kind of trapped here.
Yeah.
She peeks out ever so slightly, but will fall to Vestonian. She buys some time, however, for the rest of her team to rotate onto mid. It's just going to be She's and Lucky, but who is waiting out here? It's going to be Dragon. She's not going to peek out. She's not going to see that they have actually crossed. There's only 10 seconds left. They have to bolt onto the site. They have to plant. That turret is going to spot out the presence.
One enemy remaining.
And one does go down, but the spike goes down as well. She's picking it up, gets one onto Hangry Egg after just planting, but will fall shortly. And that's going to be a defuse and a round on the side of Riot's Devils.
Definitely a really nice try by Iron Maidens once again, as that round looked like it could have gone in their favor. But it seems like Vestonian is definitely able to keep them on A and keep them wasting time trying to attack. So maybe if they were able to pick her off first, they would definitely be able to have a better chance of getting onto site and getting that plant down. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have to pause as we had another disconnect. Well, it happens.
It does. At least you can pause in these games. Imagine playing a comp game, getting flamed for your internet issues. Feels bad.
Yeah. Especially, I think Riot has actually implemented new measures for that. Like, I think you'll get like less points towards ranking up, even if you like accidentally disconnect.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Ooh, but looks like we're back. Internet pulled through. Iron Maidens setting their sights on B once more, just running it down, running it through. Sage Wall is put down for that extra security, but all of this Killjoy util is going to delay any plant happening. Hangry Egg able to keep this site at bay. That orbital strike is going to prove lethal. Gets She's and pushes the rest into the crosshairs of the members of Riot's Devils as they're able to sweep that and get the round for themselves.
Riot Devils are definitely able to set their team up like for the win here, as they were causing so much distractions on site that Vestonia was able to quickly rotate to the flank and catch Epiphanies off guard there. They're definitely able to rotate immediately and obviously overwhelm Iron Maidens here as soon as they get on site. Yeah,
definitely some great coordination coming out on the side of Riot's Devils. Feels like Dragon's orbital strikes have been very impactful as well. She gets
Yeah.
a kill almost every time with them.
She definitely plays off of like the information that her team is getting really fast and very well. Estonian really aggressive
Yeah,
again.
she's pushed out and she's rewarded. High risk, high reward, and it pays off. Gets one and slips back into safety.
Prepare for hellfire.
And another orbital strike coming out. Not going to connect. But the shots of Estonian Hangry Egg do as they pick up kills both sides for themselves. Estonian gets caught off guard a little. Falls to Odd Trinity. So she's the only one left until that res came out. Okay, now she's the only one left. But Spike, not in a great position. It's going to be on B. Dragon's keeping a good eye on that. She's left in mid. Is going to be seen by Albedo. He's running it out. Such low HP, but is able to confirm the kill there. And that's another round going on the side of Riot's Devils.
Yeah, they definitely had a really good double peek going in order to confirm the kill on Sheets. So, sadly, Iron Maidens maybe playing a little differently would help, but I'm not really sure what they should do as Estonian is super aggressive and continues to change up her plays. As soon as they were probably like, let's not go A because Estonian's gonna push us, she decides to push out mid. So maybe if they were more prepared for her pushing out and her aggressiveness, they would be able to take site a lot easier as they would put her in a more compromising situation.
Yeah, it feels like she hasn't been really getting punished for her aggressive plays, but she might be here. Tiffany's just going to be on the wings, and she punishes Estonian for pushing out, opens up the round for us, as well as Odd Trinity. And just very impactful picks to start us off. Iron Maidens on the numbers advantage here. As now they have the map to themselves, free to go where they want to.
Begins.
A lot of them are making their way mid. Now Beto's
Joke's over. You're dead.
going to be off of vents, giving her the room to res Ripley rocks. In the meantime, Iron Maidens making their way onto site, but members are going to fall. The spike will be in the hands of Albedo, who puts that wall in time to delay the push, and that molly as well too, just making it hard for them to get to the spike without being punished for it. She gets caught off guard with the flash, and both last remaining members of Iron Maidens will fall.
Last round before the switch.
Riot Devils' patience there really paid off as they decided not to over-rotate for those first picks that were on A and B site, and they decided to stay where they were. And definitely, as soon as they got Spike, like I said before, they're able to play off it pretty well and like play together. And it sucked that Iron Maidens got a little impatient there and wanted to push and get Spike, and it just led them to having Spike even deeper.
Now this is the last round of the half. So, going to have to try their best here to add one onto the board, and they're just going to be rushing on to A, not getting punished at all because they didn't see it coming. Dragon on the wings is able to pick one up onto Odd Trinity. Two more fall. Spike does go down, but so does the lockdown, and this is going to have to force the rest of Iron Maidens out. They're in quite a precarious situation as Killer Fembot is going to be chunked out, trying to take down that lockdown, and Epiphany's the only member left, not able to do much given the time and the positioning. And that's going to be another round onto the side of Riot's Devils, but of course this is a new half.
Clean slate, like I said, clean slate. Iron Maidens definitely had a really good push there in the beginning, but since since Riot Devils is really good at being patient and hiding on site, they were able to get those picks immediately and then, you know, take out Spike. It sucked that Epiphanies was on the flank there rotating.
Yeah, she wasn't given enough time.
Yeah.
So last game, they all started with classics, but this game, we're seeing more ghosts come out. I wonder what the difference was, but it don't matter. That Wolf is going to get some info. This Epiphany is gonna fire a few shots, but that she was left alone on B, and Heaven was completely for the taking. Vestonian able to sneak herself on top and picks up that one. And she tries as well, but will go down to Albedo. It's just going to be 3 members left of Iron Maidens as they're all poised around the Heaven area. Going to spot out all these bodies making their way onto site, but not able to connect the shots.
Spike planted.
As members do go down, Spike has been planted, and it's just going to be Killer Fembot and Lucky. They're going to both be meeting the stage wall very shortly, and that gives them less of options to get back onto the site. Is able to break down that wall, but the slow is going to make it even more hard to get onto the site, and we're seeing some flashes coming out in succession.
Wow.
Shots being spammed. No one's winning the duel yet. Hangry Egg gets 1. It's just gonna be Lucky, but there's not enough time. She's trying to get these exit kills, but she's not gonna be able to confirm the kills. And we're at match point.
Match point.
Iron Maiden definitely had a lot of good information at the beginning of the round in B main, but it looked like a lot of them were trying to play for retake, and they accidentally, like, you know, probably didn't communicate that well enough and like left people on site without knowing the information. So Riot Devils had a really easy push onto site, and as soon as they're able to defend Spike, they really gather around it pretty well and have it on lock.
They're trying to rush A once more, but Trainee's wall is going to stall them out. And so does that Molly. But with those finally going down, they're rushing through, and Vestonian gets that opener kill onto Trinity. Killer Fembot will go down as well on the defense, and they have swarmed themselves onto A site. It's totally in their control. It's going to be left to Iron Maidens to try to retake this.
Pathetic.
But with only 2 members left, 1 member left, it's going to be proving difficult. Vestonian going to pick up the kills, meets Epiphanies, shows it the better, but does get caught out.
Attackers
and
win.
That is going to be the match.